delayed at the pharmacy, rushing to catch up with us. So I will do a little vamping. Hopefully she'll get here in time.
All right.
It looks like my token on the board is my old token, by the way.
Ooh, yes, that will fix shortly as we move to new places.
And stream has started, but we can stall while we come up with the plan.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, folks.
Welcome to Tyranny of Dragons, trading curses for tyranny. Did we have anybody volunteer to do the run-up for this evening, or do I get to do it again?
I think Casey gets to do it again.
Crickets.
Yeah, I think you get to do it again.
It did sound like crickets to me. All right, so let's figure out what's happened. The orphans from the Warrant of Unwanted Burdens left their orphanage to take a year and gain experience, to return a year later for a night of sordid rituals and repayment of debts. However, when they returned to their orphanage in the town of Greenest, they discovered that Greenest was under attack by dragons. Oh no! They got into several fights, whack thwash. People did all sorts of weird and wonderful things, slaying kobolds and cultists, making their way to the keep, rescuing their childhood, let's call him a mentor, maybe, perhaps. And they arrived in the keep, wherein they found out that Greenest was sorely in trouble. The temple was under assault. The orphans then set out, cleverly disguised themselves after a little bit of a fight with rats and travel through a tunnel and a dunking in water. And then they completely flummoxed some cultists assaulting the temple, murdered the heck out of the folks at the back door, made their way inside, convinced the people inside that it would be good to take a sprint across open ground, through some brambles, through a river, up in a tunnel, past dead rats to get to the keep in safety, and they successfully pulled that off. Shortly thereafter, I think a dragon may have assaulted the keep, and the orphans may have fought back against said dragon, one of them even leaping from the parapets towards the dragon. Unfortunately, dragons are fairly tough, and wing buffet, slam against the wall, fall to the ground, recover amazingly well, climb back up, totally okay, hero of the town's children. After that, some cultists were spied, trying to make off with cartloads of goods and many of the townsfolk. The orphans once again rushed out to save the day, and the person who previously leapt off the parapet towards a dragon leapt off a rooftop towards some carts, captured one of the carts, drove it all through the kobolds and around the town, while the rest of folks laid waste to the cultists and kobolds. There was a little up and downing, and people got a little banged up. Towards the end of that escapade, they were challenged by Cyanrath, a half-dragon, half-blue dragon fighter, who issued the challenge that one of them should step forward, and if they were to return the treasures that were taken, if they were to face him in combat, he would release several hostages. Someone did step forward. Joey strode in, wrestled the half-dragon to the ground, held him in the burning fire, and almost made good on the challenge. Unfortunately, that half-dragon had a really big sword, and Joey fell unconscious. Chloe rushed to his aid, but stones were dropped upon her by flying kobolds. She was struck down. The rest held back long enough for Cyanrath to make it away. Close call for Joey, but a healing potion was administered in time and he survived. The next morning, mid-morning. You guys slept in a little bit. We'll call it mid-morning. Mid-morning, they set out in pursuit of the cultists and the kobolds. They faced two groups along the way. One having a little picnic, that was fairly easy. One, an actual ambush setup, and the orphans made it look easy. Magics were deployed that rendered them bloody piles of goo. The orphans then made it to the plateaued area and the carved out plateau where the cultists and kobolds had set up their camp. A rest was taken, and in the late night, early morning hours, a plan was put into action, and several of the orphans descended somewhat loudly into the camp, feigning drunkenness and disorderliness. They didn't receive a ticket, but they did get a pass. They made their way through the camp. Shenanigans, I think, is the term here, because as they stood some 30 to 40 feet away from the captive Leosin, who they were there to recover, and as they were within 20 to 30 feet of the captive townsfolk who had been ferreted away earlier, they started dancing and playing music on pipes, because that's how you do a rescue, I guess. Rescue, however, was successfully accomplished. Leosin was freed with a little bit of mage hand magic. Then everyone sprinted to the cliff wall where ropes and allies awaited to hoist them up, and off they ran back to Greenest, leaving the camp in chaos, pursuers falling behind, and safely they arrived in Greenest. Once there, Leosin gave a little bit of information to the orphans, and now I got to take a breath and actually remember what I wrote. Let's see here. What did we learn? Oh, you guys talked a lot since then. Okay. So Leosin, the monk, exhausted, eating his bowl of lentils. Between mouthfuls, he explained, you know the cult of the dragon. Good. What you might not know is they've recently turned to the worship of Tiamat. Not everyone you saw in camp was a member of the cult. Many were just hired mercenaries, brigands, and hunters. They've been preying on smaller villages and homesteads. Greenest was their first large target, and from what I saw, the most profitable. Other prisoners, a handful of them when I arrived, and half a dozen more came when the raiders returned. Perhaps 10 still live. They are worked to death and then fed to the animals, if they do not forsake their souls and give in to the worship of Tiamat before then. The Cyanrath, half-dragon fellow, is the muscle for the mind of Mundath, the woman in purple. They report to Resmir, another half-dragon, black, who seem to be in charge of the encampment. The talk in the camp is they're near to hatching a clutch of dragon eggs in that cavern of theirs. But the blue dragon that assisted in the attack, saw him overhead at Greenest. I'm glad y'all made it. He does not seem, or she, I wasn't close enough, does not seem to be the parent. It was actually forbidden to come near the encampment. More members of my order should be arriving in a few days. We'll reinforce the town, and once enough arrive, we can take the battle to these cultists. But before that occurs, I have to ask something of you. If the cultists were to set out in force to another settlement and catch them unawares, they could wreak great havoc there. I would like to hire you as scouts. Or maybe a harrying force. You seem the aggressive type. I can offer each of you 150 gold. Take your rest, gather provisions, and in the morning, go and post yourselves in a good vantage to watch the encampment. If they begin to move en masse, keep ahead of them and alert wherever town they seek to strike at. Or, if the mood suits you, harry them on their way.
Oh, we do have Edgar. He's useful for that, right?
He is, but to a certain distance.
Yeah, what is his... How far away from you can he be?
100 paces or so. Pretty far, but may not be far enough, depending.
Well, I mean, we do need to start earning money if you're to continue your work of making the fire happen. So, we were planning on scouting anyway, but he doesn't need to know that.
And as you guys mention making money and doing a bit of scouting, Governor Tarball does come over, and the governor sort of weasels his way into the conversation. He's still looking a little ragged at this point. His hair's not combed the quite way to cover up the, let's say, thinning, but it's pretty much gone spot that he has. No, wrong voice. My constituents. See. Gotta remember somehow. The good people of Greenest have had a bit of a palaver while you were out, and it's their opinion and mine that anything that can be done to save the townsfolk that were captured would be worth doing. And he pulls a bag out from what's got to be a borrowed coat. It barely comes down to his forearms when he stretches. And by the heft of it, you would guess probably 150 to 200 coins in there. See, we can rebuild walls and shops with a sweat of our brow, but nothing can replace lost family. So if there's any way to encourage you, if you see an opportunity, and he opens the pouch and sort of spills it into his hand, and instead of the warm kind of glow of gold, there's that shine, that sparkle reflection of platinum. Anything you can do.
Dude, I mean, it's platinum. It goes a long way to making a home for us. Yeah, I mean, you had me at platinum.
That would be the end of the conversation. So he had you at the end.
Tarball sort of holds the bag out towards you guys, like not sure who to hand it to.
Yeah, the treasurer.
All right, so since this is the habit that she seems to have, Telesis reaches out and just takes it from him because she takes things from him all the time, it seems.
So Telesis continues the trend, and as you do, he sort of glances towards his dragon's eye spyglass, and good to see that getting some use. He takes a step back. So the party is enriched by 175 platinum pieces. When you do get a chance to count it, that is how many is in the bag.
Okay.
And by party, of course, I mean Telesis. Now, for the rest of you, I do know that Dawn has picked up a flask of Alchemist's Fire from the town's resources, the last one available. All the rest, well, they burn when they smash, and they were smashed a lot. Probably not much in the way of supplies left to make them until the townsfolk start gathering. Any other special equipment before setting out on the scouting mission? Crickets.
Probably just grabbing more rope, because I believe we probably left a bunch behind.
That's smart.
Rope is readily available to you. All lengths and thicknesses. Some of them approved by the rope master Felon, who wrote a dissertation on the appropriate uses of rope as regards to block and tackle.
I think Telesis is going to grab a healthy amount of rations because it sounds like we might be spying for a bit of time.
Rations acquired. Now, the rations that you are able to acquire are a little sketchy, but they're certainly food.
We definitely need food. How much can I have?
As much as you can carry. They have dried beans for days.
Woo! All
Joy!
right. So we'll have plenty to eat, guys.
You want to eat? We got beans. We got lard. Take your pick.
Make bean cakes.
Yes, delicious bean cakes. Actually, it's refried beans. It's what beans and lard are supposed to make. But with that acquired, the party will be setting out towards the cultists' encampment to spy on them from a distance and discover what sort of goings on might be going on. The party does have the benefits of a long rest in town. And now I get to ask a cool question. What time do you want to set out? Early in the morning? Late at night? What do you think? You know, it's
How long?
about a 6-hour hike, I think we said, to get there.
Do we want to get there at night to get into position to spy on them, where we're less likely to be spotted? Or is that more likely to be heard because there's less people moving around?
Well, even
There's
at night, we can only
advantages and
see.
disadvantages either way.
I mean, at night we can still, most of us can only see about 60 feet without light, and if they don't have light in their camp in a given spot, we won't be able to see it. But if it's daylight, we can. I figure if we move relatively slowly and we manage to find an area that maybe has a little extra tall grass or like a bush, we can hide out there and observe the camp.
All right. So, if somebody would be kind enough to take the fate of the party in hand and roll that wonderful d20, you would like to roll high.
Not it.
I can do it.
Dun, dun, dun.
9.
9 is high enough.
Oh, good.
All right. Things are going to go dark, and then things are going to turn light. And
Oh no!
Gasp.
like day passing into night into day. Bum, bum. And you guys should be able to see, I hope, the encampment of the cultists.
Yes.
All right. You stop a good distance away. One of you does happen to have a seeing glass
Yes.
acquired nefariously.
Oh. Nefariously? That was really in the open. I did that openly.
Well, you could be open and nefarious. But through that seeing glass, you spy that the camp appears to be struck, abandoned even. Many of the tents that the kobolds were occupying towards the front have just collapsed. The ones further back that you knew were a little better made still seem to be standing, but no sign of the cultists. And if I could ask everyone to give me either a perception if you're trying to peek into the camp, or a survival if you're trying to suss out where people went. And give me those rolls.
How far back are we?
You're about a half mile away, I'll say.
So yeah,
You're in a very plateauy area, so I would think you would have climbed one of the plateaus a little way back to kind of look
I'm just
down.
like far enough away that Edgar wouldn't be able to see.
Yeah, Edgar would not be able to see just yet.
If I'm using the dragon's eye, is that still just a standard perception, or would I get a advantage?
Still a standard perception. You'll just get a little more detail depending on how good you do.
Not very.
You haven't quite got the hang of this thing yet. You got to steady hands important, and you're trying to just like freehand it. You want to put your elbow down on a rock, maybe. But Joey,
But I look really cool like this.
That's true. You're very piratey. Which dad?
He wasn't
so-
a pirate. He was a sailor. Shut your mouth.
Don't know. I don't know about that. Don't know. Joey, however, you've seen this. You've seen camps scatter. You can tell that the carts, heavily laden, headed off to the north. But after that main group, heavily laden carts, maybe 15, 30 people tops, Everyone else was scattering in little groups, 5s, maybe 10s, but no significant bunches other than that one headed north. The folks peering into the camp, Valandra, eagle-eyed, picks out that there are still some folks back in the fanciest of tents. But you can't tell who or what. There's just a fire going inside it, and you see the shadows against the walls of the tent as they move around inside. But
Can
no
I-
one out and about.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I can't tell how many either.
2, maybe 3 moving around. If people were
Okay.
sleeping in there, you wouldn't know it though.
Yeah.
But that's not a huge tent. More than 6 or 7 people in there, and it would be elbow to elbow.
So less than what we got here. So let's go. I mean,
Do
do
we
we
wanna-
do we smell a trap? Anybody?
How about an insight to see if you smell a trap?
Do insight.
I mean, what I'm seeing one
Wow.
giant cart wagon line, and I'm seeing lots of people scattered. That means
Something
this whole
happened.
group is not together anymore.
My big nostrils. I can smell something. Right?
So, so scenting as best you can, you pick out that there is still some activity in the area. You smell the wood fire. You see the folks, within that tent. But looking about over the top of that plateau, and you were up there not long ago, and knowing where those scrub brushes were, you don't see anywhere that they could easily pincher you. No one's close enough to the entrance to get in there. There's no one lined up around the top. You don't see any disturbances in the brush. So it looks abandoned.
All right. After sniffing the air, Chloe will look at Joey and just be like, let's clear this out, and assume like a weird like military positioning of going, tent to tent section. You guys ready? I think we just gotta worry about that one down there.
Do we want to have Edgar scout ahead and see if there are still people in the cave?
Smart idea.
On it.
All right. Now, is Edgar in casual Edgar mode?
Yeah. Just for
Casual Edgar.
he just seeing how far he could get.
All right. So do me a favor and give me a perception check for Edgar.
He's just kind of can't really
he's-
see.
He's like, it's all clear. Come on in. 100%, no problem. It's nothing suspicious about this.
He's like hanging out out here.
Over here.
Can't really see.
Now, Edgar, let's because I don't know that everybody's met Edgar really. Does Edgar have the normal instincts of a beast of his type, or is he more of an extension of your will? How have you manifested him?
He's more of a spirit than he is. Like he looks like a crow,
Mhm.
but he tends to hang out on Dawn's shoulder most of the time,
Okay.
and unless he's sent out, and he's a bit protective over.
So it's possible that Edgar is channeling a little hard his crow manifestation. He lands. He finds a little bit of animal matter and starts pecking at it. He's got that look about him. Maybe not paying as much attention to the caves. Now, Chloe and Joey, I see, are starting to work their way through the kobold tents, and yeah, they are everything you would hope a kobold tent would be. You don't know what kind of skins they're made of. You're not sure that the mud is really mud. The sticks, there's probably a few bones in there. It's just not a pleasant thing. But if you could each roll me a D100, and if you roll a 100, nice things will happen.
Yeah, that's what you said last time.
Hey, I remember a 100 coming up last time. I'm being generous letting you guys go without a D1000 now. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, a lot of that's poo, guys. It's poo. But
Muddy boots again.
yeah, air quotes, mud. But nothing found in amongst the tents of value. Though you do recognize some of the trash from Greenest that has been discarded.
Yay, Greenest trash. I don't suppose they
Greenest
want us to
trash.
bring that back.
This looks pretty broken.
Also, hi,
and
kitty.
Air quote muddy.
Hello.
All right, and you guys are about 500 feet or so away from that tent that still has inhabitants.
Hoping for something besides poop. Huh?
Yeah, you're hoping, but you found the kobold leaders' tents now. But still, at least it's mostly mud. And as you move on to some of the lower ranked cultists, some of the bandits, you move to a higher class of mud sticks.
Higher class of mud.
They're using grass, to kind of reinforce things. Certainly not an encampment for the ages. Though, looking around up to the north of you, you see that some of those tents and structures now have a little bit of a carving to them. The smell tends to blow the other way, so it's fairly nice up here. Dawn and Edgar, how far back are you guys hanging about?
Roughly where he is at the moment, maybe coming up a bit here. And Edgar, I was gonna have to fly over and just sort of perch over here and
Got it.
see what he's can
Now,
perch.
brazenly,
Yep.
Edgar perches atop the tent, and from inside, he can hear a meat ripping and snapping sort of sound. Dawn, in your youth, you took care of a lot of things. Have you ever done any butchering?
If he had to. If he had
but did he?
Can't really see it very much.
Okay. So
If,
yeah,
like if Glumfellow like made them as chores, he would have. But if he could get out of it, he would find a way, because that's all getting up in his fur and claws and ew. But,
I suspect a few of your companion orphans might have a knack for that sort of blade swinging, meat hewing. So I'm not sure that you ever got forced into doing it. And Dusk, I know you're listening from a distance. I don't know that you ever bothered with the knife. I think you maybe just tore and broke. But anyway, Edgar reports the sounds of meat being hacked and torn. And as Therese, Valandra, Joey, and Chloe draw as close as they can while remaining in the shelter of the tents, you can also hear that thud and tear and slice sort of noise coming from within the tent.
Can we see anything from where we're at?
Therese, if you were to peek around the edge of the tent you're standing at, you would have a view of the entrance, but the entrance would also have a view of you. The rest, you're looking through those slats and mud daub sidewalls, and really you're just getting an occasional flicker in shadow.
So there's open flaps in the front, you said, but the back has covered like the rest of these tents.
Yep. So the open flap right here, that is the entrance to it.
Okay.
The rest are sort of mud and daub sort of walls.
She'll just kind
This
of.
one looks like it would probably hold up to a little bit of a rainstorm. The rest might melt away.
Well, I'm not known for my stealth, but I'd sneak around the back.
Okay. So let's go ahead and find out how well known you are for your stealth. Because I think you might be well known exactly for your stealth.
It's not in the way I want to be remembered,
Maybe
when I
not.
die.
Oh, jeez.
You do have a +5 to your roll. So you need to come up with a 12 or better. Gotcha. Now wait, are you wearing heavy armor?
I am wearing heavy armor, absolutely.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, but I would not take off my armor when we're about to storm something that's tearing meat.
Yeah, we're gonna air quotes those muddy boots again as you come squelching along from inside the tent. All of you can hear, huh? Are you back already? Better have caught something worth cutting. And the flap pushes back. And a man steps out, carrying an enormous cleaver in his hand. He's wearing a smock covered in blood. And he sort of looks over at Chloe. You're late. They all left. Go on, catch up with them. Unless you need some provisions.
Why would you offer me provisions if I'm clearly here to, attack the people that were just here?
Oh.
God.
Behind her tent, Talise just face palms really hard. Just
God damn it.
do that.
Well, good luck to you. I mean, if you don't want meat, I don't care. And he just turns to go back in the tent.
Chloe will just kind of, put two fingers in her mouth and whistle to the other people that I imagine were stealthily hidden, and they can choose to come out if they want. He doesn't seem to really give a shit about our agenda. Unless we want meat, then he's interested.
Yeah, Talise kind of like looks out from the other side of the tent at Chloe like, how did you not get in trouble for that? Just like completely blown away that he did not care.
Well, I mean, he's clearly outnumbered. I don't think he gives a shit. I mean, are we low on meat? I mean, while we're here, if he's selling it, I don't know.
On the way out, maybe not the way in. I don't know. Like I don't want to, break into something that, we have to actually look at on a full stomach. I might fall asleep.
All right, Mr.
Whoa.
Meat Man. Excuse me, meat, sir.
Meat, sir.
If you want meat, all we got is meat. Stop
Well,
asking anything about meat.
Well, okay. I mean, can I talk to you about meat with you outside here?
He steps back out, and now he's got his cleaver back in his hand. And he's holding a bunny in the other hand. What was a bunny at one point. Yeah.
Oh, very impressive. What else? What other kind of meat do you
Looked
have
tasty.
that the people that were here before liked?
Well, you got the varmints, and he holds up the rabbit. You got the big uns. You got gazelle. Take down a couple of cats every now and then, but he looks past you guys towards Dawn.
The
Probably not one of
bristling.
those.
Just gets like poofed up to like her fur, like the full amount of poof that she can attain.
Dawn
Alright.
just kind of raises a brow.
Calm down now. You want a pheasant? And he looks over. Yeah, no birds around here. Pheasant? Freaking Aarakocra.
So, just wondering, how old is all this meat? Like, roundabouts, when did you last sell some to some other people that might have been here to buy it?
Oh, I mean, it darn near cleared us out when they were all rushing out there. Made a mint.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, we got some money to spend, for meat if meat or information, whatever you're selling.
Look, it's not hard. We've only got meat.
We? Who's we? Are you talking about you and your bunny friend there? Because that's a little
Look,
weird.
If I'm cutting it, I'm not hunting it. So, hunters hunt, I cut.
Oh, and they're out going to catch some more stuff, some more birds or something?
Oh, yeah, I mean, whatever they find. With all them folks tromping about, everything went, running off, but we'll come back.
So you weren't a part of that? Why did you decide to stay here? It doesn't exactly seem, and she kind of looks back and forth. The tents are all filled with a bunch of shit. Why would you kind of stay here? It seems kind of like a weird place to set up shop.
Look, one good rainstorm, all that shit flows downriver.
Yeah, which is towards the cave. I don't even know if I'm on an incline, but I just imagine I am.
No,
Or a
take your
decline.
foot off the stone. Water goes that way, away from the cave. He points.
Oh, okay, that's good, because, they were holding some important stuff in that cave over there. And she's trying to,
Yeah.
step in front of him and fully encompass his field of vision while she sees Talise, make a hook around.
Yeah, super
Yep.
sneaky there, Talise. Now, Talise, could I have 1, a stealth, and 2, a perception?
Yes. Yes, you may. There's my stealth.
That's a good high stealth roll.
My perception's crap.
This cave is a mystery to everyone. However, from inside the cave, you hear clatter, clank, clank, clatter as something is dropped to the ground, and then little pat, 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 footsteps running away.
All right, she looks immediately over to Joey and she's like making hand gestures like there's something inside.
Do we want to abandon stealth at this point?
I abandoned stealth the second I tried to start walking.
You just gave up.
Chloe will clear her throat really loud, trying to, So anyway, do you guys, do you cook any of your stuff? Do you have, any samples? Because, I really don't buy anything without trying it first.
Yeah, I really don't give samples without getting paid first.
All right, well, here, and she tosses him a gold. He's like, do you have, a sampling tray so I can taste a little bit of your bunny, a little bit of the bird? Do you even
sure.
cook it? How do you cook it? Do you have cooks that help you out, or is it just you and the hunters hanging out here?
Look, it's meat. I sell meat. You want cooked meat? You gotta go to the cooked meat guy. I just sell meat.
Oh, is there another section of this trade that I'm missing? I'm sorry, and she turns around and looks behind her, knowing that there's fucking nothing behind her. I'm sorry, I must have missed the cook tent.
He just steps inside. You hear quack, quack, slash, and he steps back out. And he's got the rabbit. He's got a good-sized haunch of some animal that's bigger than a dog. Just narrow it down with that. And then he's got 2 pheasants, and he kind of gives them a quick tie up and hands them to you, so that you can carry them in one hand. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's perfect. I like your packaging. Here you go. And she gives him that gold and is like, all right. Well, how long are you gonna be here? Because we might be in need of some more once we go and cook this up. We got a lot of hungry people, with ours.
Well, this is our place, so.
So you're just gonna
Once
be
all these
hanging out
crazies-
here perpetually,
Yeah.
forever? Okay.
You ain't never had a home, have you?
Well, that's neither here nor there. It's kind of a sore subject. Thank you for bringing that up.
Oh my god.
All right. Calm down there. Anyway, the way it works is you build a home and then you live there. Oh, I plan on living here.
Look, if I look like this and I'm buying meat from a random man in a like a alcove here, surrounded by tents with nothing but poop in it, I'm obviously not doing well enough to have a home, sir. So, thank you for the meat. None of this is cat, right? And she holds it up and is twirling it around. None of this is cat, right? It's all like
No.
bird or rabbit or some shit.
No, cat's worth more.
That's horrible.
Hey, they're quick beasties. I mean, you got to be legging it to take them down.
Oh, so your hunters ain't any good? Is that what you're saying? Got it.
So in the meantime, are we going in? Because
Yeah, I'm for going in. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Talisa's about like she's at the door. She's just waiting for like, okay, I got backup. I guess we're going in.
And the meat fellow doesn't seem to mind/care that you guys are investigating, especially not since you've already given him, monies. So let's give Dusk a quick drag
All
here
right,
to
thank
keep
you.
up.
Okay, bye. We're just gonna go check out this cave and then we'll be out of your hair.
Oh,
Dusk is moving so fast, she's like stretching.
All right, so sometimes the DM and things are going to go dark, and then things are going to stay dark for a few seconds as the DM drags people around places.
Also,
Dusk should be at full health,
yeah,
by the
I was
way.
gonna say,
Ooh.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh
Thank you.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
been just trying to get.
There you
There we
go.
go.
All
And you've
right.
had a full rest, so if you lost anything, you got it back.
Cool.
Sure do. And hopefully you guys should see a black screen.
I
Yep.
do.
Yay, black screen.
It's very black. You did a nice
That that conversation was amazing.
job. She-
I have extra points
She
in
deserve-
stalling.
I was gonna say, like, she needs to get like a bonus XP or something for that because that was amazing. We all cracked up.
hey, so as far as that goes,
I
the
have a
DM,
fully visible screen
you have a fully visible screen.
Oh, I
that
want
I'm
one of
really
those.
trying not to look at.
Close your eyes, sir. How do you have a fully visible screen?
Oh, what's that? What's over there?
All right, let's
You
go
can't
back
see
over here
anything.
real quick. All right.
Oh, there we go.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna push a few other buttons.
Oh, wait, we're back outside.
Get back outside while I hit buttons here. All right. Lighting's on. Forcing line of sight. It shouldn't be bright out.
This is Casey's way of helping us.
No,
Subtle.
I think Casey's way of not knowing what they did wrong here. We're going to hit this, and we're going to hit this, and that. You know what? Let's just, when in doubt, regular old fog of war. All right, it should be dark in
Oh,
1
so we've-
second.
Dubbed this guy Sir Meat, and that's gonna stay.
Sir Meat. I'm willing to accept that. All right, so
I don't want it to be his name. That's just what we're gonna call him.
What wasn't it meat, sir?
Yeah, it
It
was
was the other way
meat,
around.
sir.
I'm sorry.
Meat, sir.
Meat, sir.
I think I named him Mr. Meatman in the clip that I just did, so I'll have to go back and change that.
Change it to Meat, sir.
all
You
right.
didn't correct me, so.
Joey, please squint your eyes and in a second, tell me if you still see a screen.
It's all dark.
It's all dark. Okay.
I hope Meat, sir comes back later.
Recurring character.
Please.
Ah, boy. All right.
The things that we ask for.
I mean, he lives here, so it kind of depends on if we come back here, I guess.
He does live here. This is
But
his
what if-
home.
What if it doesn't? What if he loses his home, and then Chloe can rub it in his face later?
That's not nice. Why would you do that?
Well, he insulted her first.
He's just a friendly person who was trying to help someone out who doesn't understand how homes work. All right. On the right side of the screen, you should now see a little half moon shaped sort of thing. Left
I
side
see it
of the
on the
screen.
left side.
Left side
Okay.
of the screen. I'm not
Okay.
good at right from left. Light from left. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. Haven't even started drinking yet. Let's see here. Valandra on the grid. Edgar, get over there. Dusk, you get a character. Joey. Telays. Chloe. Waverly's out scouting. And Dawn. And on that note, some time ago, Waverly's like, I'll follow the caravan. Whoosh, off she went. You
Which
guys
is a smart
see-
move. She should do that.
It is a smart move. She should do that. On that note, you guys stand at the interesting but mysterious entrance to the cave. The cave quickly descends to about 15 feet in height, back about this way. Prior to that, it's about 35, 25, 20, 15. You guys can see in a little further than I've revealed, so let's go ahead and reveal a little more stuff. Come on, reveal areas. Don't mess with me now. Yep, gonna mess with me. Yep, let's start up there. That's exactly where I wanted to go. Thank you. All right, how about that? And Telays, that pitter patter that you heard was two gentlemen legging it away. And as the rest of you rushed forward, you can now see into the cave. Now you guys have, some of you dark vision, some of you not. Those of you not, which I think is Valandra.
Mm-hmm.
Any light source that you're bringing with you?
Just a moment. Do I have?
If anyone has a candle on them, Talais can light it for them.
Yeah, I should have a candle because I have a priest's pack
Sure.
that has candles in it. Yeah,
And
that would
torches
be-
and candles were readily available to you in town, so if you needed, you could certainly bring them along with you.
Okay.
Just keep in mind that that's going to limit your visibility to about that far.
Is there something blocking, like, where the dotted line is, or did we see them run away?
You saw them run away. However, you only saw them for a second as they hastily extinguished the candles that they were carrying, and then you heard them thudding and bouncing through the darkness.
Could we tell a general height of said things before they ran off?
A general 4 to 6 foot tall sort of height, humanish.
And the bouncing and scampering, does that sound like people with a clear trajectory just wearing heavy gear, or like people who can't see anymore running into walls?
A little of the first, a little of the second. They knew where they were going, but they made it dark. And with that, for no reason,
For no reason at all.
no reason at all, let's go ahead and bring up the turn order. I'll ask you guys to go ahead and click on your icons, add yourselves to the initiative order. And you might notice two people you don't know on the initiative order.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying, holy shit, that Joey and Chloe have initiatives that are higher than 10.
Wow.
I think that's the first time that that's ever happened. Super excited.
Edgar should have his own initiative, right?
Edgar, I believe, gets his own initiative. Double check that one when you get a second, because I always forget familiars versus other animals versus special things.
He's a weird familiar. Hold on.
He's a weird fella. And, Dusk. Excuse me, Dusk.
In combat, you roll initiative for the Raven and control how it acts. So yes, he does get his own initiative.
You got it. And Dusk, when you get a second, type in or shout how far out you think you might be.
Oh boy.
But Telays, first to the entrance. What you doing?
Checking for traps.
Checking for traps. How do you check for traps?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah.
If you would go ahead and roll me an investigate. Ooh, that's a good investigation. All right. So Telays, looking past down in this direction, you see two long poles with metal rake-like appendages on the end of them. The poles are probably 20, maybe 25 foot long. Ridiculous. No one would use a weapon that size. And the rake heads are very thick, very sturdy looking. A weird farming implement at best. So something's going on, but you're not sure what.
And so when the folks come in, when Joey and Chloe come in, I'll just turn to them and let them know. I think something's up here. We've got some weird rake-like thing hanging from things. I don't understand it, but it looks like it's dangerous.
And they're just laying on the floor at this point. And they're probably that clatter and clang that you saw drop, or you heard drop.
It's like if you step on it, it'll come up and whack you in the face or something.
Very likely. Any additional action, movement, bonus action?
No.
All right. That'll tick it over to Dusk. Dusk, let us know anything you want to do.
For now, she's actually not charging in, which is
Okay.
kind of different than usual. But
All right.
she's a little suspicious of this.
Things do look shady. Joey.
That looks shady as hell.
Joey, stop right there. Back up one step, if you would be so kind. All right, I'm going to hit the right button this time so you guys can see the rolls. All right. And bombs away. Joey, does a 20 hit you?
Yeah.
You take 2 points of piercing damage as an aptly named piercer falls and lands on your head. It then bumps off to the side and squelches at you noisily.
Ew.
What the heck?
So a piercer looks a lot like a stalagmite stuck to the ceiling, except when it attacks, it opens one big squidgy squid-looking eye, and then it plummets straight from above, landing on Joey's head, bouncing off to the side, and then sort of wriggling slug-like next to him.
So are there any other stalactites on the ceiling?
Quite a few.
I'll point out and say, they fall on your head and they make squishy sounds. And then I'll, hack at it with my great axe. Because it's there and it's squishy, so thus it must be hacked at.
It is squishy, but it's not that squishy. Your great axe does hit it, and it emits a foul-smelling ooze.
Ugh.
But it doesn't take any damage.
Gross. Okay. Then that's okay. And we'll just keep moving.
Joey, stop right there, please.
Oh my god.
Does a 20 hit you?
Yeah.
Yes, if I'm now not aware that all stalactites could possibly be bad.
Let's call that one a perception check. Let's make that one contested. Good point.
All right, so
That
I'm
one.
taking 5 damage.
I think it might have snuck up on you.
Leave it there.
And having landed, Joey, you can now see that at least this line looks clear of any stalactites.
My path is clear. If you keep moving this way, and then I'm gonna take one more step and see if this thing can stab at me.
It does nothing except squidge.
Okay. So that's 5.
Good to
10,
know.
20, 25. And then I'll make a 30. We'll be there. And if there's, well, nope, that's about 60. So.
All right. So Chloe, as Joey has 2 rocks land on his head and then sort of squidgle away from him, what are you doing?
All right, hearing Joey yell out, my lane's clear. I'll move over to where he was and just kind of start creeping forward. Oh, gross. What the hell is
yeah,
that?
That first one, it reeks. It is so bad.
Is it still squidging?
It's still squidging. Like, even kobold mud is nothing compared to the this is giving off.
Oh, that's disgusting, Joey. What did you do? Where did this come from?
The ceiling. What?
These are gross, Joey. Where'd you get them?
Oh, you squeeze out so much juice. So much
Oh
juice.
god. Ew.
It's like if you've ever stepped on a slug in a barefoot sort of feel, except that's under your warhammer. It's just everywhere. But it's still just trying to squidge its way towards the wall.
Oh god,
anything
it's
else
still
you're doing?
alive. What the hell? And
Oh,
she'll just kind of run past it and up next to Joey. What the hell? I smashed it real good with the hammer and it's still crawling up the does it look like it's going back like towards the ceiling kind of crawling up the wall?
It looks like it's trying to get to the wall, but it looks like it doesn't have it's not very quick.
All right, I'll
It's like a big slug. It's like
I'll
big
yell
rocks.
back and be like, "Be careful coming in. There's these big nasty slug things. Just stay in a straight line, guys."
And Edgar.
Edgar, I think Dawn is gonna send Edgar just fly up a bit towards the ceiling, and if he sees any more of those things, we just squawk in the general direction of them.
Okay.
To give
Which way is Edgar flying? Please move him about where he would be.
How far can you?
And I don't think Edgar
50.
can hover.
No, but he'll circle around. He'll go this direction and just start moving.
Okay.
through here.
And give me a Edgar perception, if you would, as he goes past. And then Valandra, what are you doing as Edgar starts taking a look out?
First, I'll just head along the same path
Okay.
that they were there. Can I make a perception to see if I can see a clear path if I continue on?
Sure, absolutely. Go
I
ahead and give me
dash.
perception.
Okay. Oh, come on now. Well.
Ooh, it looks all clear.
Yep. Okay.
Yep, any direction you want, your choice.
Looks clear to me. Okay.
Dealer's choice.
40.
All right.
I can get about there.
You got it. So you stand within easy reach of one of the giant rakes. And
How far can I see with the candle?
Candle is 20/40 maybe.
Okay.
Check that real quick because it might be candles might only give you the 10/20. If you don't mind taking a quick look.
Yep, I'm looking it up.
Thank you much.
Oh Jesus! No, it's 5.5.
Oh, okay. Maybe want to upgrade to a.
Yeah, could I have done a torch?
Yeah, we can do a torch.
Okay.
That seems much more reasonable.
I did not realize candles were so.
They are teeny tiny. All right, and
The torch is the 20/40.
Thank you. Let's see here. Whoa, sneaky dragon claw is sneaky. He's like a whisper. All right, and that's going to bring up Dragon Claw number 2. Good lord. For as bumbling and ridiculous as they sounded when they ran away, you have no idea where they are right now. They are just ninja.
It was a ploy.
It was.
They're trying to put us off our guard.
Certainly a effort on their part, but Dawn, from outside, you see a bunch of this stuff happen. What are you doing now?
He's just heavily disgusted by the gross creatures.
And you're gonna have to walk right through. Do you wear shoes?
I always thought no. I always like to be pictured like Tabaxi with like the
Nope,
the paw feet.
That's totally fair. So yeah, Valandra, that is your illumination area.
Oh, thank you.
So I think he can get to there, and he's just gonna continue at a standard pace and just keep a lookout on things and have Edgar watch the ceiling for more folly gross things.
It's okay, guys. Ceiling's totally clear.
Totally clear. There's just those two delays. What are you up to? Oops, still muted?
Headset muted?
How about Dusk? Are you doing anything while you're out there?
Oh, were you guys talking to me?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because like you cut off completely.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know that you were talking to me.
Nope, sorry, Talays, you're up.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna move up in the behind Chloe, just beside her here, 'cause that's as far as I can go. But I'm also gonna cast Prestidigitation and get rid of the smell.
Fair enough. And Talays, I heard you say you're coming up behind Chloe. So did you walk the same path or did you take a different path?
No, I walked the exact same path and then just came to her side right here.
All right. Everybody's got Chloe's squishy slug guts on their boots. And perhaps pause in a moment. Dusk, what are you up to?
So this is really trying to find a way to catch up with the others that doesn't involve getting anywhere near those disgusting things. She's not getting that in her first.
Go ahead and give me a perception then.
Okay. Here it is.
Ooh, let's see. Where'd you go, guys? You start picking out stalactites that are kind of peeking out at you with one eye, which is a little suspicious. There's at least one here, one here, one here, and one here. There might be more, but it's hard to tell as you get further back through the thistle-like hedge of them. The only clear path you see would be right up through where the others have passed.
Fine. She's like unhappy about this. Like she's just trying to like very cautiously tiptoe so that like the least amount of this stuff gets on her fur and her feet as
I
possible.
see. So you'll punch through a kobold, but walking through the slime, that's where it goes too far.
Excuse me, my fur is beautiful, and I'm not letting it get dirty. No.
Fair. Very fair. That brings up the action of the piercers, which sort of slowly squidge and sludge their way about 5 feet up the wall. So now they're kind of at eye level at you, and They just sort of blink at you slowly as they continue squidging their way up the wall. Joey, what are you up to?
Oh, okay. So they just that's what they do. Okay. So we're gonna go this way. 5, 10, 15. Nothing of significance down this hallway any bit further.
You guys do see a little bit further. I'm going to crack open a little bit more space here. Let's go ahead and open up like this. How about it, polygon reveal tool? All right. So towards the end of the cave, Joey, you can just start making out some darker shadows. Probably the floor drops off heading down that way. Stairs, perhaps, or maybe just a sudden drop. You do see two large stalactite and mites passing from floor to ceiling, making a pillar in their majestic way. They achieved greatness. What else are you doing?
All right. So those are those. We'll just move another 15. 5, 10, 15. And if nothing else is popping in the way, I will just invocation some false life.
Okay.
Those the top down things.
Piercers.
Were
But
terrible.
top-down things are a good name for them. Chloe. Chloe?
Oh, are we missing someone?
Uh-oh. The
No,
mute
I'm good.
attack.
I'm good. I'm just counting. Let's see. All right, that's 30. I guess I'll. And I don't hear anything either, like in the. No more scuffling.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, if you would. They are masters of darkness and the night.
I guess I'll just, at this point, I'll just ready a javelin if I see anything pop up that looks threatening. I will stabby at it.
Okie doke. That's going to bring up Edgar action. Edgar, anything you're doing?
He is going to keep moving. Gonna get to around here.
Okie doke.
Again, making way.
And as Edgar flies in, if I could get a perception from him and then a Valandra, what are you up to?
Well, first just moving up here. Can I see more at this point?
You can see a little bit more, and please give me a perception check as well.
Okay.
That is not the layer I wish to be on.
That is better.
That is better.
Not enough to see the ninjas, but you know.
May not see the ninjas, but it's better than it was. All right, let's open some stuff up. Illumination now adds, Joey, you can see much more clearly, as you can, Chloe, that there is indeed a drop off and a lower area. That lower area, a lot of plant life, fungus, lichens, things growing seemingly in an organized fashion. And with that, are you good, Valandra?
Let's see. I will actually cast aid, I believe.
Okay.
Just a moment. Let me figure out the distance on that. 30 feet. So that would have to be me, Chloe, and Joey, I guess. So Chloe and Joey and myself are hit point maximum is +5 for the next 8 hours.
Sounds good. All right. And if you guys would please increase your hit points, it's going to be very important in a second because Crane and Waller reveal themselves hidden behind the pillar. They leap forward. Crane rushing up
Okay.
next to Valandra. Chloe, that's probably an aggressive thing. Would you like to throw that javelin that you mentioned?
I would absolutely love to throw the javelin thing that I mentioned.
And javelin ranges aren't super huge, but I think you might be okay. 20, 30?
Just perfect. 30.
Was it? Yeah, okay.
There you go. You will he will get a +2 because you're throwing 2 people. But, ooh, not going to matter. That'll be a little bit of a miss.
I just didn't want it to scrape on the ceiling and catch any more of those slimy things.
Yeah, you want to aim low. Crane holds an action looking like he's ready to attack as soon as Waller
Yep.
catches up. And as soon as Waller steps alongside him, Crane swings, now with advantage. 1 scimitar attack.
Yeah, 21 will hit. Ooh.
Scores 11 points of slashing damage. And then Waller follows up, slashing fanatically with his scimitar. 14, I don't think.
Nope.
But he does get a second attack. 17?
Nope.
Nope. She's a brick house. Crane and Waller howling defiantly at you, echoing through the caves. Dawn, what you doing?
Dawn is going to scoot behind this pillar.
Whoop, flip your mic down. I barely heard you.
Going to scoot behind this pillar. I think this is a safer place. But he'll
Yep.
peek out. Whiz right by at Waller.
Yep.
Pew.
Pew pew. Ooh,
Yeah.
no.
Ooh.
It's gonna be one of those days.
All right.
One
Dawn,
of
any
my
additional bonus action or movement for you?
He's gonna step back here just in case. They don't look like they might fire things, but you never know.
Fair enough. Telaise, anything you're up to?
All right, I'm going to move a little bit, just a little bit. Put me right about there.
Okay. That's a lot of movement. What do you mean a little bit?
It's a little bit.
A little bit.
It's like 20 feet.
Wait, out of curiosity, which way did you go?
I went from here to here. That's 5.
Okay. Yep.
And then 10.
Yep. Totally good.
And
Okay.
there.
Just checking for reasons.
Yeah, I know what those reasons are. I'm not dumb. Gonna drop gross things on my head. It's not happening.
No, that's not what I was thinking, but go ahead.
Sure.
No,
Uh-huh.
something else.
All right. Let us viciously mock the first guy there, named Waller.
Waller? You can't
Yeah.
mock Waller.
I can do whatever I want.
Waller is a brick house of fortitude. DC 14 wisdom saving throw. Come on, Waller. Yeah, Waller.
Dang.
Wahaha. Telaise, any additional movement, bonus action, etc.?
No. No. I'm gonna stick right where we are.
Dusk. Oh, Dusk on mute.
Kitty kitty.
Oops, I keep forgetting whenever
There you
I
go.
do that. Okay. So she's hearing, the sounds of combat. She's gonna follow the safe path through
Okay.
and in their direction. Although I don't think she needs to rush just yet. So I think she's just gonna go at her normal pace. Let's see, how far can I get? 40? Oh, I can get like right next to. Yeah. Okay. then she will join.
Careful of the trap.
Yeah. Oh,
And
then in that case, I'll probably just get behind. Away from the weird rakes. I mean, feasibly, I could just step over those.
They look like a stick with a bit of metal attached to the end. I mean, what could
Yeah.
possibly happen?
See, I don't trust you when you say it in that tone of voice. But we'll say that just steps around the wood and gets next to Joey.
Okay. And with that, any additional action, bonus action, movement, etc.
Not from here. I don't think I have a clear shot. Let me see. Doop-a-doop. Oh, I do. Yes. Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll throw a dart from here because I have some.
All right. They will get the +2 to the armor class because you've got a little bit of Joey and a little bit of Edgar and a little bit of a stone, but only a +2. Go ahead and throw me a dart.
Awesome. Dart, dart, dart. Where is it? Here it is.
Oh, that +2 is very helpful because a 13 will miss. Waller stands tall. Dusk, anything else for you?
No, that's it.
All right. That's going to bring up the squidging of the piercers. Now 15 feet up the wall. And Dawn, would you give me a perception check, please?
I will. Do, do, do.
And you want to beat a 10.
I
You'd beat a 10.
That's it.
You'd beat a 10. So just before it happens, you notice 2 of the stalactites peeking down at you and squidging 5 feet over before they drop. Each one drops from directly above your head. The first, 17,
Yes.
5 points of damage. The second, 9, probably not. 2 more slugs lay on the ground. The other 2, now a little bit above your head, staring at you intently as they slowly work their way up. And Joey.
All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Don't worry, Valendria, I got you. Do Waller and Crane, do they look human or not human?
They look human, but they're wearing funny hats.
All right, Valendria, do you trust me?
What kind of funny hats?
I trust you.
Go ahead and give me a perception, anyone who wants to know what kind of funny hats they are.
I love funny hats.
Good. Put out your torch, and then I'm going to ready an action to attack Crane with my
Dang.
great axe once the torch goes out.
I mean, I can't perceive anything.
Okay, ready to action to attack, and Chloe.
How's that for funny hats?
Oh, that's a good one for the funny hats. The funny hats are very high and pointed, with a lot of distance between their head and the top, and the hats extend out way past their shoulders. You would think anything falling from above would probably hit the hat and ramp right off to either side.
Ah.
It's a cone-shaped hat.
They are cone heads.
Oh my god.
But Chloe, what are you doing over there?
Well, assuming Joey would have whispered his plan to me, I will run up here and,
We're going to shut the lights off.
yeah, like, when the lights go down, it's curtains for you, Crane.
Lacey
Alright.
gently wafting curtains.
Yes.
Edgar, anything you are doing?
Currently he's swooping back this way. He's just circling at the moment.
Okay. Edgar can invite attacks of opportunity, correct? I believe so. Do me a favor and check it out. As you go by, Waller will take a swing with a scimitar at the bird because there's usually not crows in here, and since you brought a crow in, that might
Under
be something
his
weird.
specific thing, it doesn't say.
Okay, because owls do not, but I think ravens do, or crows do.
Well, ravens
So,
perched in your. Well, it acts as a normal.
22 for 2 slashing to Edgar as Edgar tries to swoop by. Using up Waller's reaction.
Yeah, he poofs away.
Oh, does he poof? Okay.
If
one
he
hit-
gets
He has
hit,
1 hit point.
yeah, but it does on my thing. It doesn't say anything about it.
Okay.
So
It does say that. Oh, where was it? I think you have advantage against the creature who killed it for the next 24 hours now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that does happen, but Valandra, it comes to you. You've had instructions.
for him, he could just call it back at the end of a short rest. I'm
Okay.
not sure if that's normal for normal familiars, because he's not really a normal familiar. I'm just kind of going off of what it says under his specific stuff.
No problem. So Edgar is temporarily poofed.
Okay. I will cast Word of Radiance. Or okay, is putting out the torch? Can I do that with a move action?
Simple object interaction. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I will cast Word of Radiance and then put out the torch.
Okay. Radiant word away if you would.
Yep. There we go. Nice.
Ooh, that's a good word of radiance. Advantage of saving throws, charmed and frightened, doesn't matter for that. Let's see here. Constitution saving throw. That's not their best, but we'll try. For 1, no. For 2, that's a pass. 6 to the left, 3 to the right.
And then the torch is out.
And as the torch goes out and darkness ascends, Valandra, oh boy.
Yep.
And these are on Crane, correct?
On
Correct.
what? Oh.
Crane. All right, Crane. It feels meaty, but he is still standing. Chloe, 20's going to do. 8's going to drop. Crane falls.
Oh.
Waller, looking suddenly nervous in the dark. Valandra, any additional action, movement, etc.?
Nope. I'm good where I am.
All right. Crane.
Not a fan of blindly moving around in the dark.
No. Crane quickly moves to light his torch.
Isn't Crane the one that just dropped?
Oh, sorry. Waller. Excuse me. Yes. Crane is going to make a death saving throw. No, wait. Wrong one. He's just dead. Waller is going to light his torch. And now, torch in one hand, scimitar in the other. He is going to try and make his attacks. No longer with advantage, but he does get 2 of them. He's going to aim for Chloe because she's in the way of where he wants to go. No. 17, Chloe?
Nope.
No. He all of a sudden looks very lonely as he holds his torch and scimitar. Dawn.
is going to again scooting away from these things in the direction everybody else had. Dusk is in the way. Get here. Then
That's a big hit.
Yeah.
That's a huge hit.
Okay. Boom!
That is all sorts of the end of Waller. As the two cultists fall within a few seconds of having sprung their ambush, the caves are once again full of only the sounds of squidgy, 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 and you folk. Off to the side, down that small decline, the entrance to the cave ends here at about a 10-foot drop off. To the right, broad steps are hewn into the natural stone ramp. The cavern below is carpeted with a profusion of fungi, ranging from a few inches high to nearly as tall as a human adult. Two paths lead through the fungi, one on the right, one on the left. So on the right and on the left.
Are we
Lace is-
off
Please gonna
initiative?
relight your light, by the way. Your light's back on.
Thank you.
You
Are we
guys
all
are
off
out of
initiative?
turn order. Yep,
Okay, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
fair deal.
There we go. Yeah, exactly the right amount.
All right.
And from behind you towards the entrance to the cave, you do hear that squidgy, squidgy, squidgy sound, but you know they're really slow.
Can I just start taking pot shots with Eldritch Blast at whatever's moving up top?
Sure.
Like as we're looking around and like looking over Waller and Crane and looking down these hallways and stuff. Joe's gonna be focused on shooting the squiggly things.
Lace is gonna loot the corpses.
Okay. Corpses, each scimitar, several torches, clothes, fairly normal looking clothes, and two amazing hats.
That should be for whoever's going first.
You know what? Talace is gonna pick up both hats and go, who wants to wear the pointy hats? The pointy hats of non-head whacking.
Valandra will take one if no one else wants them.
This just wants all the torches.
Can we tell, like, I mean, I know Dawn blasted one into oblivion, but can we tell, like, what kind of creatures they are now?
Oh, sure.
If
They are humans.
Just regular humans dressed up weird.
They appear to be humans. They just happen to be wearing awesome hats. There's nothing special about them. They don't look particularly bulky, strong, no fangs, no tails, scales, fur, claws. Just humans. Kind of boring. A little bloody.
We don't recognize the hats from anything. Can I roll something to see if I know if they're associated with any kind of order of the, horrible dragon cultist something?
The hats that they're wearing are huge pointed head armor, not properly represented in the icons that you see. It is like a supersized ultra armored dunce cap.
Pretty sure they're just specifically for this cave and for the piercers or whatever they're.
Cool. Well, then, the people that are most susceptible should totally put those ugly things on. All right. We don't hear anything else?
You do not hear anything else aside from the squidgy, squidgy, zap, bang, squish, sizzle. Squidgy, squish, zap, bang, squish, sizzle. As Joey continues eliminating the piercers as they try and work their way up the wall. Now, Valandra, did I hear that you're wearing the pointy hat?
Yep.
Okay. Should you be attacked, do remind me that you have a +5 to your armor class from piercers specifically.
Okay. Cool.
You stand at the top of a Chloe and Valandra. You stand at the top of a broad staircase leading down to the lichen and fungus area.
And then from here, do we see anything down in this direction more, or no?
Let's see here. You see a bit of a wall. Let's go ahead and open up a wall. Wall. Polygon tool. What are you doing, buddy?
Okay, it looks like a dead end.
Waller was when we were fighting. You kind of passively mentioned that Waller was trying to move this way. Is there any like signs of reasons why he'd be trying to move this way, or was it just get away from the other orc with the giant axe?
I think it was just this direction in. That's also the direction towards the stairs.
No, let's see what Joey Holmes is pulling up here. Joey, how about
Okay.
an
Joey Holmes.
What do you want?
investigation? That seemed like a deduction to me.
I'm terrible with this. I'm using inspiration.
Okay.
Thank God.
Nice.
Good call. Yes, Joey, that does seem like they would not be wanting to run into a boxed in area. Perhaps a little closer examination might reveal why.
Would Joey like some assistance?
Whoa,
Something's fishy,
Chloe
and,
just runs over
Whoa.
there.
and I don't have Chloe's nose, so I got nothing.
Oh.
All right, so let's do this.
I don't know what you're
And
smelling. I don't see nothing over here. It's fine.
He just
let's
heard a door
do
open.
This. Come on, what are you doing? Why are you doing it that way?
It's so
Oh,
much
the
fun.
door opening was my cat opening my door.
But it was
All right.
beautifully timed.
It was.
Did you guys just see that cubby extend a little further?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. As Chloe, you press your sensitive nose up to the wall. You don't smell anything. You don't smell the wall you were expecting. You just get a big whoosh of air as you stand there sniffing a opening where Joey indicated one should be by means of deduction. It looks as though the passageway would continue further on. And from where you guys are standing, you can see it heading back to a T-shaped intersection.
Nice. My nose detected a pathway, guys. Come on.
Know that your nose can take credit for that one.
Smell that fresh air. It's something good down here.
All
When in
right.
doubt, Mariodoc.
We got an inspiration purchased. Oh, Casey.
Ooh.
We're
Wait,
rivaling.
Casey got an inspiration?
What?
No, Casey
Oh,
did
come
not.
on. What? Casey likes inspiration.
Casey doesn't need inspiration.
I need so much inspiration. But I might not need it right now because I get to ask for my favorite set of rolls. Would everyone please roll me a stealth check?
Oh boy.
Because this
God.
party, you're the sneaky party. I know it.
I hope so.
Let's set the bar.
Incredibly
Oh,
sneaky.
this bar's only.
Ooh.
Ooh, the bar was a
Ooh.
7, but that's a 4.
Who's got a 4?
I think,
Who
And
do you
a
think has a
6.
floor?
and a 6. So a little bit of noise was made, I think.
Clang,
Uh,
clang.
Hey, I've
So
rolled
let's-
worse. I mean, 11's not so bad.
Let's light up the world a bit here.
I can show you the world.
Ooh, the singing's already starting. Wang.
Nice choice, by the way.
Oh, God.
Oh man.
Okay. That's
Okay.
a thing.
Oh,
Alright.
Meetza lied.
Wait, we may have committed small error.
It's fine. We'll just
Tactics
tunnel him out.
Are tactical.
They're stuck in a box.
It's all good.
All right. If everyone would please go ahead and click their icons, add themselves to the initiative order. Some things are about to, and you're already measuring. Alrighty.
You should not be surprised by this.
Dang! Low initiative.
You can hear the guys yelling, "Scatter!"
Oh my god.
They grabbed a 40 off the shelf, smashed it on the floor, and yelled, "Scatter!"
His name is now a father.
Right as Talays was shouting shatter. Yep.
All right. Things have happened. Let's sort this thing. All right. So as things start to happen, you hear, ugh. And then Peyton, what is wrong with you? Your icon's all wrong. Peyton starts rushing down the hallway.
Who's Pate?
He doesn't have a name.
Yeah, I'm about to fix that. His icon was all wrong. Peyton, you must have been the original. About now. There's Peyton. Peyton rushes right up in Dusk's face. Scimitar in hand.
I'm gonna protect Dusk.
Okay. 2 swings of the scimitar coming.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was mistaken. I have to be where Joey is. Never mind. Fucking Joey getting in front of me.
Joey. Scimitars on Dusk. A swing. I don't think a 13's going to do.
Nope.
Does a 13 hit us?
No.
It
No.
does not. She's a
Okay.
quick kitty.
Dawn. Almost, but not quite as quick as Peyton. What are you up to?
Kinda rough where he is. I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on him because I don't need to be next.
Matthew, we're
That was
having a hard time hearing you.
No, I'm
was a-
mumbling to myself. I said that I am going to cast Toll the Dead on him because people being in the way isn't going to matter.
Alrighty. Ring them
Good plan.
gongs.
Bong.
DC 14 on Wisdom save. Ooh, so close. 4 points of
Rot your
damage
brain a
from
little bit.
Peyton.
And now
Dawn,
he's
any
hurt.
additional movement action for you.
No, he's going to chill where he is. And that's going to
Got it.
be his plan currently at the moment. Because now that the guy is hurt,
The guy is
Cool.
now hurt.
he will be taking more damage.
Fair deal. That's going to bring up Carson. Carson rushing down the hallway. Starting to get crowded up in here all of a sudden. Carson's going to go ahead and
I was really hoping that those would be prisoners. Like, really hoping.
yeah, but they're
They
not.
weren't.
Carson tosses a spear past Peyton at Dusk. Carson's spear, no. And then Carson takes a step out of the way. That's going to bring up Bird. Bird just piles up like, go get him. And Bird's going to throw a rock. This is going to look like a scimitar, but it's really a rock. Yeah, that rock just bounces off of Peyton's back. It wasn't really going anywhere. And then Bird's going to take one step back. Yates. What's going on? Harding. Lots of stuff's going on. Why aren't you fighting? Because I can't fit. Valandra.
Okay. I guess I will just Sacred Flame.
But Peyton doesn't want to be sacred flamed.
Too bad.
Peyton gets sacred
Way
flamed
too
anyway.
bad.
Wow, that's a heck of a sacred flame.
Right?
All kinds of sacred. That's going to bring up Farmer and Sheila, who are all going to pile up in different spots, and that's going to bring up Chloe. What are you doing?
Is it reasonable that I could squeeze, because I see a little bit of space next to Dusk, could I squeeze next to Dusk and hit Peyton? Or attempt to
Could
hit
you
Peyton?
You could squeeze up there.
Obviously, I can't squeeze past, but, you know, enough to be like, oh, Dusk, can you just scoot over a minute so I can, let me just over here.
Oh my god. You're gonna. Don't push me
Excuse
against the
Oh,
wall.
sorry, I
Oh.
got some of that squidgy stuff on you. Oh, shit.
Ew.
Ew. Wow.
Just gonna go back over here now. Oh.
Oh, wait, you're going to go back over there now?
That's gonna provoke.
Peyton takes a
Well,
swing.
Well, wait. Can I stay
Wait.
there? Like, is that a spot?
Yeah, yes, we're going to call that a
Oh,
spot.
okay. If it's a spot, then I'll stay there. I just didn't know
Yeah.
if I could. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll stay there. Squished next to Dusk.
It is a squishy spot, but you are squished. And Dusk, that's going to... Whoop, anything?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about a bonus. Hold on. I'm always so stingy with my spells, but then I never fucking use them. Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm
Bonus
gonna cast
action
Shield of Faith on myself.
on yourself. You got it. And then Dusk. Hang on, wait. Karnak says punch.
Yep. I mean, why not? He's right in front of me.
I mean, he is there. Oh.
Oh.
DM tricked you into that one. Maybe you should do something else next time.
I'm getting too squished against the wall. There's no room for me to swing here.
Yeah, that's a little tight. I do think
You can still attack again with a bonus action.
I can. So
Yeah.
let's try with the other arm. Maybe we still. Oh.
Wowzers.
Yeah,
There we go.
That's a bit of a hit. Do go ahead and roll that damage.
amazing. Oh.
Yeah, Peyton didn't have enough for that. Peyton is no more. And as Peyton falls, Dusk, is there anything you're doing movement-wise?
Ooh. Well. Oh, maybe I could. I like this idea. Y'all don't like this idea. I like the
Nope.
idea.
'Cause
Well,
look who's next in
Don't-
line.
look who's next in line.
Don't get in the radius of the shatter that's coming up.
Exactly.
Oh, fine.
We
I'm just
all
seeing, like, I'm
know that's what's
imagining
gonna
somebody's,
happen.
like,
It's
reaching
gonna
out
happen.
and, like,
Don't get in
Everybody
the way.
knows. Just stay back.
All right. So on that note, Victor starts running forward. He's going to step in alongside. He's going to make his attack. Victor, where'd your sheet go? There it is. 22 on Chloe. Chloe, does a 22 get through your improved armor?
It does get through.
5 slashing damage to you. And then Victor is going to stand there and look awesome. Telays, I don't know that he's going to be looking awesome for long. What's you doing?
All right, I'm gonna move just a little bit, just for like line of sight sort of thing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Shatter.
Really?
Surprise, right?
Gasp.
I'm just imagining somebody had to like reach out and grab Dusk's
Ooh,
fur.
that shatter looks like it's going to hit Chloe.
Can
Might
you
hit
hit
Chloe.
the spot below that? If you're up a bit, can you hit the spot below
Yeah,
based on there?
because it's anywhere in my choice. It's not necessarily sightline. I'm just doing that for continuity sake.
You do have to have sightline. Anywhere of your choice, sightline is always required for spelling.
If you're one space up, can you see the square below there?
Yeah, if she squishes next to
Yeah.
Dusk, she should be able to, right?
Yeah.
So if I didn't move, I could be. So never mind. I didn't move. She stayed
Okay.
exactly where she was.
Exactly where you were.
Exactly
Little
where
he-
she was.
Little hesitation step.
Just gauging where it would be the best spot to
just a-
land it.
A little gauge. All right. So
Oh,
go
man,
ahead
that-
and give me that.
That'll actually hit more of them. So
Yeah, so we're gonna cast it right there. And here we go.
All right.
and it'll hit 7 of them.
Yep. I like rolling dice. So let's see here. That is a DC 14, and that is a con save. And does anybody have con bonuses? What we got? What we got? All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot of them. 6, 7. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
All right, let's do some damage, folks. That is 10 points of thunder damage.
Or 5 to that one guy.
And 5 to the one guy who
5
managed
to
to
the
not.
one guy. And that is death. And that is death. And that is death. And
Hey,
that
death,
is
death, death.
death.
Death,
And
death,
that is
lunch, death,
death.
death, afternoon.
Quick shower.
The
My God.
cultists
Well
do not
done.
see.
Well done.
She gets up very early in the morning.
I...
They do not seem to know how to handle this loud, shattering noise. But as that loud, ringing noise emits, it echoes through the halls and chambers of the cave. Subtlety? No, definitely not subtle. But any additional action for you, Talace?
Nah. Gonna
All right.
save those inspirations for later.
That's going to bring up Katrina, who legs it off into the darkness. That's going to bring up Duran. Who does
Because she
the
just watched
same.
like 3 people just drop dead.
Oh yeah, no, that's you want to stand around and deal with that.
5
They're like-
people. It was 5 people.
She could see all 5. They were like they're just down.
Oh, that's fair.
Blood
Yeah.
everywhere. No, I don't want to do
significant
that.
number. All right, that's going to be a retreat. That's going to be a retreat. That's going to be a Joey.
I feel like I just made a whole bunch of people die, and then a whole bunch of people fail like Constitution like saving throws where they lost, like they got frightened and they ran.
And we're going to clean up the screen a little bit here. Bird stands to face you, Joey. Tall and proud. Ooh,
This is really disappointing.
that might have been a little. Joey, despite the well-lit area in here, that's a swing and a miss. Anything else for you?
We're gonna take 20, and then
Ooh, Bird's going to
He can
take
do
the
what he
attack of
wants.
opportunity. Yeah, no.
okay, 25, and then is there anything immediately down this hallway?
There are a few things down that hallway, and it's a fairly nice-looking area. Let's go ahead and crack that open. You don't see all of it yet, of course, but you do see guards posting up, leveled spears at you, looking like they are preventing any who might try and run through that entryway.
We're gonna take 30 right back to there.
30 right back to there. You got it. And of course, the room that you have just invaded was. Let's get on down here, see if there's anything super. Whole bunch of beds. That's really it. Fairly well crafted beds in a barracks like area. But nothing that jumped out at you as you stepped into it and stepped back out again quickly. The room beyond, though, a little more lavishly furnished. But Dawn, anything you're doing right now?
Okay. Dawn is going to step a bit closer, pat Just sort of like pat Therese on the shoulder for a job well done, murdering a whole bunch of people.
Thank you.
And is going to continue with the Toll the Dead at Bird.
Bird.
He is hurt, so he would take all the damage should it work.
Bird doesn't want to take all the damage.
Wow, that's a lot of damage.
His brain might melt if he does. So.
Bird the cultist, wisdom saving throw. Bird. Yeah, Bird.
Dang.
Is that half hit? No, that's all gone.
No, it's a cantrip. So either he takes lots of damage or none.
Safe. Any additional movement action for you, Dawn?
Nope. He's gonna stay behind everybody where it's safe.
Are you standing on Talese?
He is.
Don't stand on Talese. That's not polite.
It's okay. He's
Carson.
allowed to snuggle up to me. It's fine.
It's a little
He's
weird.
warm.
Carson
Soft.
takes a step down, starts squiggling his way around Joey. Once he's sort of pushed and shoved past, he gives him the old spear, two-handed. Joey. Nope.
You can get through my hallway?
He can get through
Shit,
your hallway.
man.
Hey, we let you through his hallway.
Hey, wouldn't that be an attack of opportunity?
Nope, he didn't leave his space. He's still right there. Bird is going to do the same thing. A little squish, little shove. Scimitar as he goes by. No. How about Harding? Harding, come on down. Little squish, little shove, little push, little nudge. All the way around. 2 scimitars, advantage. Come on, Drizzt. No. Valandra.
Okay, so if they can squeeze through there, can I stand there?
Yes. It's a very
Okay.
uncomfortable spot, but we are allowing it.
I will go there, and I will once again Word of Radiance.
Ooh.
Damn.
Oh.
Still might kill the one.
That's going to be a con save. No, that's going to be a guard con save. Guard con save. There we go. That'll be a pass, but Bird the cultist takes 1 more point of damage.
Hmm.
But he does not fall.
Yep.
Anything else for you?
Okay. No.
All right. Is that the top of the turn order? Nope. Okay. Chloe.
Rory.
Alrighty, I am going to rush down this way, take a swipe at Carson on my way.
Carson.
Screw you, dude. You hit my brother. Or attempted to.
Ooh, that's a miss on Carson. Anything else for you there, Chloe?
And you said, is there any elevation difference down here, or is it just like a straight tunnel?
Pretty straight. I mean, it's not a great tunnel system, but it's fairly flat floor.
All right, yeah, I'll stay here.
Okay.
I really thought that would work. Meh.
That's going to bring us around to dusk.
Dusk is actually kind of curious about what's in the other room.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and I'm gonna move around here and try peeking in and see who this person is, or if there's anything else in this room I should keep an eye
Sure.
out for.
Go ahead and give me a perception check if you would.
My perception. Here it is.
Oh, yeah. All right. Like, I know what this room is. This room's the loot room. This room is filled to the brim with space you could store treasure in, but it's all been taken away. There's a couple of empty boxes. There's a few little, like, maybe that's a glint of a copper coin down there in the dirt. There's a couple of bottles that look broken. And then there's one guy who's just got his arm draped over a crate, just snoring like to wake the dead. He looks blitzed. He's just out. He's like,
It's that
So-
same guy.
It's that same guy.
It's like, oh my gosh. Part of me kind of just wants to let him sleep, but
Just let him sleep. There's other people who are killing
Just
our
let him
friends.
sleep.
yeah, let's worry about the others first. He's sleeping through all this apparently. Okay, let's see if I can squeeze through.
Sure. As long as you go around the Valandra way.
Yep. And yeah, actually, I can get around to. I think this is as far as I can go before I run out of movement. But
Sounds about right.
I want to punch him just because, but it's kind of gonna be like a little tap. I hope it'll be really funny if I somehow miss.
I'm just trying to put him down gently there. Okay.
No.
Oh,
Didn't
that's
miss.
not gentle.
That's not gonna miss now. I'm not
Do
sure
not
it's gonna
go
be a love
gentle.
tap either. Yeah, you love tap him off bird and back in against your
Damn.
fist twice.
Does that hurt
anything-
bird?
He shrugs it off.
Oh.
Anything else you're doing? You have a bonus action, but I don't think you have any movement left to get there.
Nope, I don't go any move. Well,
Darn.
no, I don't.
Unless
Well,
you
maybe.
unless you do your cat thing to
Oh yeah,
move
you get your
twice as much.
Oh
feet on
yeah.
the
around.
ability.
Yep.
You could
Yeah,
do
let's do
that.
it.
Just hit someone else with your bonus action.
Yep. Then if I do that, I can just go here. And then punch
Yeah.
this dude. If I can, I'm still having the issue where the character sheet will not show up in a separate window, so I have to open it every single time.
Sure. Sorry about that. Bird or Harding? Guy on the left or guy in the dead ahead?
Dead ahead.
Dead ahead. Bird.
Did I hit perception?
check.
That
Yep.
is
That
the
is
wrong
not-
thing.
Give me an attack roll
You hit
instead.
perception.
Yeah.
Those
That's a much better. Much
There we
better.
go.
You eyed him up
Okay.
right before you punched him. That's the trick. Yeah, there's nothing left of him. That leaves one man standing, fanatically swinging his scimitars about. Dusk, you've got a little more movement, I think, but that's about everything else used up. You
Mhm.
sticking where you are?
If I move back, type of opportunity, but yeah, no, I think I'll stay right here.
You got it. That's going to bring us up to Telays. Telays, what have you got?
Okay. So let's do this. Moving. Just this is not working out the way I wanted it to work out. The whole measuring while you move thing is not a thing I'm good at.
Ooh, looks like Joey picked up a little inspiration too. So Joey, for those attack rolls, you know.
Well, attack rolls are something I'm good at. Yeah, fair.
Okay. And
You gonna shatter him again?
now I'm gonna hang on to the other second level spell.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do, since I can see Evelyn, I'm going to attack her with vicious mockery.
Evelyn is not pleased.
I didn't do it to make her happy.
Oh, but she is happy.
Dang.
She's like, ha, that was a good one.
Tough
And
crowd.
That's going to bring up a mass exodus. That's Katrina, that's Duran, that's Hanson, that's it. Wow, they're all just clumped together there. All right. You hear a whoosh, and then rustle, 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 rustle. Joey.
Okay. Well, It lasts for an hour, so we'll go ahead and put a hex on this guy. Or a hex for dex. But really, we're hexing for extra damage when we cut him in half.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
So that's
Uh,
only +5 instead of +7 on that second modifier. So it's only 18.
It's only 18, but only 18 points of damage does cleave him, not entirely in twain, but enough so that you realize he's probably not going to survive.
Your axe kind of gets stuck in his spine a little bit.
No, it's not
Oh.
a whole split, but you know, it is doable. So with that, congratulations. You guys have cleared out the cultists' quarters in the cavern. However, Chloe and Dusk, from the other room, you caught just the faintest wisp of cloth dyed purple in the light from Valandra's torch before that cloth moved off into the area where you can only see black and white. You saw some sort of rug or covering thrown to the side on the floor, and then you heard people descending a ladder, sliding down some sort of chute. So you would imagine the wearer in purple and several guards are just ahead, and that's where we'll pick up next week and see how everybody does. You guys have probably not hit level 4 yet.
Why you gotta
But I
be
will
so
do some
negative?
math. I will do some math and double check. But I'm just saying it was going to take a lot of math. You guys did well. You killed a lot of piercers. There's a horrid stench up by the front of this cave. But a little bit to go, I think. Is everybody having fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
So welcome to the cavern in which the cultists, or at least a portion of them, are still holed up. You guys can decide, are you going to continue on immediately, or should we roll to see if there's a short rest? What's the plan for when we pick up next week?
I can tell you that Talise I had every intention of her chasing after the people who ran.
Yeah,
Fair
we
enough.
should keep going
I
while
think
I.
we're good.
Yeah, I
10
was
minutes
I
at
was
least.
thinking keep going.
Like if they hadn't been able to get out, I had a plan. I knew exactly what my next move was going to be.
Fair deal. So I will expect you guys to be rushing forward when we pick back up next week. They came, by the way, if you heard a little rustling in my room, my family delivered to me a quart of seafood udon, which has been sitting over here generating heat on my desk. I'm going to start tearing into that one. I'll be back in a
Googling
minute.
what
or
the
two
hell
after
that is.
seafood udon?
Noodles
Noodles.
and
Oh.
tastiness.
It is delicious. Have you ever seen Naruto?
There we go. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so just it's like that, except not as awesome because it's not anime. And it doesn't have the little swirly radish thing in it. But other than that, really good. So I'm gonna tuck into that. I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back. You guys have fun. Thank you everybody who hopped in and watched. I saw that there were some inspirations purchased.
That's awesome, guys.
Oh, that's
Joey got an
really cool.
inspiration.
For those of you who did get your inspirations, please make sure to note those because I'm not gonna remind you. And